AshevilleMarathon.com, and if you go to the course information, it's right here under event info. You'll see the pretty map, and you will see two options that will take you to the Ride with GPS map that looks like this. And this map shows the elevation change. And so you'll see the marathon starts up a hill and runs downhill. And then you can see the elevation all across the marathon course. There's a couple little dippers in here, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But this is a really handy way to zoom in. You can zoom in on the side and just see all the different elements and stuff of the route. I'm going to show the pretty map here just so that you can get a sense of where you're headed and what to expect along the way. So you're going to start up here in Pack Square. You're going to start Spruce Street. You're going to run through the downtown area. And there's some little roller hills through this section right here. I know it's a straight flat line and it is downhill. It's a net elevation loss, but there are a couple little dippers through there. So just know that once you go down Clingman Avenue, it's all downhill. This is downhill. It's not super steep, but it's a gradual, it's a downhill. You're going to run across the Haywood Road Bridge. You'll run underneath that bridge on a greenway section that runs over by New Belgium Brewery, which is right here. That's mile 2. Then you'll cross over the Craven Street Bridge. And when you cross over that bridge, you're going to need to stay on the right side of Riverside Drive, running with the flow of traffic. Okay. And our volunteers will direct you to do that. But last year, there were some people who wanted to stay on the left facing traffic, and we don't want you to do that at this intersection. I won't go into all the details of why. Just trust me, get over, get on that right side with traffic, and you're running down Riverside Drive. You're going to cross some railroad tracks. After those railroad tracks, that's where both the Marathon and Half will do a turnaround. It's very clearly marked. We'll have people there as well. You'll turn around, and once you get to White Duck Taco, that's right here, you'll see the old White Duck. You're going to get on the sidewalk / greenway, okay? You're going to get on that greenway, and it runs parallel to Riverside Drive. So you're running on the greenway, and you're running along, and you get to your first water station, which is about 3.5 miles in, I believe, off my memory. That'll be the Boy Scouts water station. And you will keep on running along. You're going to go past the Rad Gear sign, the really cool yellow and black sign. It's a neat spot to get pictures. We'll have live music, DJ there as well, which will be really fun. You'll keep running straight along the greenway, parallel to the French Broad River, the whole way down until you get to Amboy Road. You're going to cross the Amboy Bridge, and you're going to take a right and head down into the French Broad River Park. As you're going across this Amboy Bridge, you need to always stay on the side that's closest to this park. So the police will direct you to do that, but the bridge will have one lane of car traffic. So they keep the cars on the one side and you guys on the other side. They don't want you running on the lip of the bridge. We'll have cones up there, but you'll always stay on that side that's closest to the river park. You're going to run down this little gradual hill through the parking lot. There's restrooms there. Water station number 2 is here, and that's going to be IC Imagine, their cross-country team will be there. We will have some music after them. This is the dog park here in French Broad River Park. You'll run around the park, under the overpass, and then you will run parallel to Amboy Road on the greenway and sidewalk area. Wrong Way Cabins, one of our hotel partners, is new, and they're right here in this area as well. So if you're staying there, it's right on the course. You keep on running along, and You stay closest to Amboy Road. The third water station is here, and that is going to be Runner Box. They're a local organization here in our area. They're going to be servicing you at that station. You can run along. There's restrooms right here, legit restrooms that you could run into if you need to. Keep on running. Let's see. I was trying to think if you go around this way. I'm trying to remember.
Coming back.
On the way back? Okay. Yep. So you just keep on here on Amboy Road, and then there'll be some music through this section. You're going through the RV park here. And this is all flat, guys, all along the river. You get to water station number 4. That's going to be serviced by Asheville Personal Training. We'll have some music over in this area too. And right after the Asheville Personal Training water station 4, there is going to be the half marathon turnaround. It's about 8.5 miles in. So once you see that 8-mile mark, you know you're getting pretty close to it. There will be signs, there's going to be volunteers, but you have to pay attention to this. This is super important. If you're in the marathon, you don't want to turn around there because you're going to miss miles. You're going to get DQ'd because we're going to know, because we have timing mats out there. So the marathon keeps running up Hominy Creek Road. This is a hill. So you will run up this road. There's a transfer station here. You end up going on Shelburne Road and then through a really cool greenway trail through the woods. It's beautiful. And then you will turn around at the end of that trail, the marathon will, and you come back the whole way back, and then you join back into the half marathon route at this turnaround again. So the marathoners go out just for mile 9 and 10. And you only do that section that one time for mile 9 and 10. So everybody's back together now. You go back by that water station. There will be some porta-johns here as well. And you run along the river and you take a right here onto this little single track trail section. And that is there to separate you guys so that there's a separation in the path for y'all. You go around the velodrome. And then you're going to hit water station number 5. That's Fleet Feet, Asheville. And you'll keep running closest to the river on the greenway. And then you will connect onto this spot that you've run on before. And you'll head back towards French Broad River Park, around the park, back up through the parking lot, and then across that bridge, staying closest on this side. Right here in this area where my cursor is at, a bike lane begins in this section. So there's greenway and there's a bike lane. When you're coming back, half and marathoners coming back this direction, you're going to pop onto that bike lane so that you're separate from the runners headed this way. You run on that bike path all along here. And once you get up here to this area, and this is on Lyman Street, there's a roundabout here. There's police, there'll be a volunteer, there's going to be signs. The half marathoners turn right, cross the road, and head back on a sidewalk. And then they take a left on Old Amboy Road into the finish. The marathoners continue. They don't turn right there. They're at mile 15, I think. Yeah, 15-ish. They keep on running back by the Rad Gear sign. They come along here. They're going to pass Water Station 1 again. There will be porta-johns there. And they will run out on the path. They run a little bit past White Duck Taco. Not the full way over here. We'll have signs, so just pay attention. It's right here. They will turn around. Marathoners will turn around here, head back down the greenway, and the marathoners go and repeat that same route that they did originally, but here at this half turnaround, that's where they will turn around the second time that they get to this location. So the marathoners don't have to go out and do this 2-mile stretch that second time. You only do it the first time. So you flip around there, you're at mile 22, 23 over here. You do the same thing. You come back up here. And then that second time that you get to this roundabout before the rad gear sign, you're at mile 25 and something. And you're going to go across the road, come down the sidewalk, and go into the finish. I think the biggest thing with this race and with just a lot of our races in general, because we're in the mountains especially, there's curvy roads, there's greenways, there's out and back traffic. You have to pay attention. Nobody's going to hold your hand along the course and go, okay, what mile are you at? You have to be accountable and responsible for yourself. And that's why I went through the whole map today, because I feel like just having a general overview of it is helpful. But you can take the map, you can take RidewithGPS, you can go out Thursday or Friday before the race, you can drive around the course and just check out the key elements to it and look at things, but familiarize yourself. And don't just expect to follow the person in front of you. They might not know what they are doing. And they might be doing the marathon and you're doing the half. They might be on their second marathon loop and you're on your first half marathon. You just never know. Pay attention to mile markers. That will definitely help you along the way to go, okay, I went by 8. I went by 9, I went by 10. That will definitely help you to clue in, but volunteers along the way are not going to be able to tell you this is where you've been and this is where you need to go, because they don't know what race you're running. The half marathon's pretty straightforward because you're not doing a second loop, but the marathon definitely needs to pay attention to the signs and the volunteers.
Yes. And that Stinker Hill you mentioned was about mile 8.5. Was the Stinker Hill
for the half at the turnaround?
For the full.
Oh,
yeah. The full goes, because the full goes a little further past the half turnaround up the hill and before you get to the bridge. That's the Stinker Hill?
Yeah. I would say that's a little stinker for sure. Yeah.
Because we always have to have one in our races.
Yeah, you have to make it.
If there's only one, I'm all for it. I'll take it. Okay. What about our course cutoff?
The course closes at 2 p.m. So that the race becomes unsupported at that point. So 2 p.m. is when everything starts closing up.